Hello everyone, I'm back after my 2-week long hiatus from the channel. I'm back. Of course, it's the fake polyglot, and today I'm going to do something a little bit different. Now, I've decided over the past couple of weeks that getting to A1 in a language, especially a Romance language, I'm already familiar with many Romance languages anyway, so getting to A1 isn't really something to write home about. It's not something to get overly excited about. I probably got a little bit too excited about it in the previous video. But yeah, so as a result of that, what I've decided I'm going to do is I'm going to continue with Portuguese for the time being on the channel and get up to A2. I'm going to try and do A2. I'm not going to be going daily as I was before, but I'm going to try and record a video, say, twice or 3 times a week. How does that sound? Is that alright? I'm not going to start that right now because I want to kind of review. I've lost a lot over the past couple of weeks of not doing Portuguese, and I wasn't really reviewing stuff before. I was sort of learning stuff with every video, so there was stuff from a few weeks before that I was forgetting as I was learning some new stuff. So what I want to do is I'm going to be using the review function of Boost Premium to just recap all the things I might have forgotten before I decide to go ahead with A2. In fact, I think I'm going to do the test again and try and get 100%, the A1 test. Try and get 100% in that, get a new certificate before I start A2. How does that sound? Does that sound alright? So, as you can see here, I have a news article open. Now, I didn't choose this article specifically. I didn't choose this publication specifically. So, I don't know if this is a controversial publication or anything, if this one has a particular political slant, if this is one likely to raise people's ire. I have no idea, because the reason I chose this publication in particular was, simply put, it's the only one where I could access an article without having to pay to subscribe, basically. That's all it is. It's the only reason I chose this publication. And I think this was just the first article on the just on the page, really. When I was checking previous publications, I was seeing lots of very morbid articles. Not that the war in Ukraine isn't morbid, but like things like, I don't know, sexual abuse and stuff like that. And honestly, I don't want to be reading stuff out on the channel like that. But anyway, what I want to do today is attempt to read a news article in Portuguese and see how well it goes. I'm going to read it through, then attempt to translate it. That's all I'm going to do. Just that, and just one article. Don't need to do too many. And I chose this because it's a topic that's been on the front pages for pretty much almost exactly a year now. So it's one that pretty much everyone has a little bit of context to, including me. So if there's a word I don't know, I could probably hazard a guess and be correct 50% of the time, maybe more. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I've chosen this article, and all I'm going to do, it's not a very long article, I'm just going to try and read it from top to bottom, see how well I do, and then translate it. And I can use my trusty old my trusty old translate function here if I don't know any words, and then try and piece together what the overall message is. So yeah, and obviously my Portuguese still isn't great at the moment, so I'm not expecting it to be brilliant. I'm expecting to miss a lot of words, and my pronunciation might be a little bit off as well. It's not perfect, but I hope this to be sort of like a parallel series that I'll come back to now and again as I'm making progress through my Portuguese studies, just so I can sort of document how much I am improving. because this is probably going to be very, very rusty. But later down the line, maybe when I'm near the end of A2, or maybe even after I've completed A2, I'll do another one of these, and hopefully my performance will be much, much better. But we still don't know how well I'm going to do with this because I haven't started yet, so we might as well just start it now. So, we have the headline here. Let's switch into Portuguese. Rússia diz que Pequim já apresentou plano de paz a Moscou. O governo ucraniano já reagiu a este anúncio de Moscou, dizendo que Pequim não consultou Kiev na preparação deste plano de paz para o conflito. A China apresentou à Rússia a sua visão para a solução política do conflito na Ucrânia, que deve ser tornada pública ainda esta semana, informou esta quarta-feira o Ministério dos Negócios Estrangeiros russo. Os aliados chineses partilharam conosco os seus pensamentos sobre as causas profundas da crise ucraniana, bem como as suas abordagens para uma solução política, disse o Ministério dos Negócios Estrangeiros da Rússia em comunicado após a viagem a Moscou do chefe da diplomacia chinesa Wang Yi. A diplomacia russa adiantou que o plano chinês deve ser conhecido ainda esta semana. O Ministério dos Negócios Estrangeiros russo esclareceu ainda que não se trata de um plano de paz separado. País aliado da Rússia, a China nunca apoiou nem criticou publicamente a invasão da Ucrânia, embora tenha expressado repetidamente o seu apoio a Moscou face às sanções ocidentais. Contudo, ao mesmo tempo, Pequim sempre pediu respeito pela integridade territorial da Ucrânia, enquanto Moscou reivindica a anexação de 5 regiões ucranianas. O governo ucraniano já reagiu a este anúncio de Moscou, dizendo que Pequim não consultou Kiev na preparação deste plano de paz para o conflito. A China não nos consultou, diz uma fonte do governo ucraniano. Contudo, na terça-feira, o chefe da diplomacia ucraniana, Dmytro Kuleba, que se encontrou com o seu homólogo chinês na Alemanha, revelou em Bruxelas que este último o informou sobre os elementos-chave do plano de paz chinês. Aguardamos pelo documento para o estudar em pormenor, para não tirarmos conclusões com base na apresentação oral, explicou Kuleba. Esta quarta-feira, alto responsável ucraniano avisou que nenhum plano de paz deve ultrapassar as linhas vermelhas definidas por Kiev, incluindo concessões territoriais à Rússia, que ocupa territórios no leste e sul do país. Para a Ucrânia, As linhas vermelhas são os princípios da Carta da ONU, incluindo o respeito pela integridade territorial ucraniana, diz este funcionário. A ofensiva militar lançada a 24 de fevereiro de 2022 pela Rússia na Ucrânia causou até agora a fuga de mais de 14 milhões de pessoas, 6,5 milhões de deslocados internos e mais de 8 milhões para países europeus, de acordo com os mais recentes dados da ONU, que classifica esta crise de refugiados como a pior na Europa desde a Segunda Guerra Mundial. I don't know how to say that. I'm sorry. Neste momento, pelo menos 17,7 milhões de ucranianos precisam de ajuda humanitária e 9,3 milhões necessitam de ajuda alimentar e alojamento. A invasão russa, justificada pelo presidente russo Vladimir Putin como a necessidade de desnazificar e desmilitarizar a Ucrânia para a segurança da Rússia, foi condenada pela generalidade da comunidade internacional, que tem respondido com envio de armamento para a Ucrânia e imposição à Rússia de sanções políticas e econômicas. A ONU apresentou como confirmados desde o início da guerra 7,000 I don't know, I'm sorry. Civis mortos e 11,000 something feridos, sublinhando que estes números estão muito aquém dos reais. Okay. That was very, very rusty. I'm sorry about that. Could have been worse, but there were some things you could see I was guessing with some of these figures. I don't know if that's comma. That might be what they're saying in Spanish, but I'm not too sure. And these numbers, I'm sorry. Just couldn't do it. I will try and be able to say them before the end of this video. But yeah, let's try and translate it now. Have a drink first. Okay. So, Rússia diz que Pequim já apresentou plano de paz a Moscow. So Russia says that Beijing has already presented a peace plan to Moscow. O governo ucraniano já reagiu a este anúncio de Moscovo, dizendo que Pequim não consultou Kiev na preparação deste plano de paz para o conflito. So the Ukrainian government has already reacted to this announcement from Moscow, saying that Beijing didn't consult Kiev when preparing this peace plan for the conflict. A China apresentou à Rússia a sua visão para a solução política do conflito na Ucrânia, que deve ser tornada pública ainda esta semana, informou esta quarta-feira o Ministério dos Negócios Estrangeiros russo. So, China presented to Russia its vision, Is that another word for plan? Oh no, it's vision. It's vision for a political solution to the conflict in Ukraine. So this of course, in preparation of this. Yeah, I know. Which must be like made public. Is that made public? Ainda. Is that like by the end? I'm not too sure. I'll get to the end and then I'll try translating some of these words. Informing the Minister of the Russian Minister of Foreign Affairs informed this, informed this Wednesday, I guess, today. Okay, so quarta-feira is Wednesday, isn't it? Yeah. So, China presented to Russia its vision for a political solution to the conflict in Ukraine, which must be made public. Is it? Publicized? Oh, come on. Don't do that. No, stop. Yeah. Made public. Ainda. Which still, okay, or yet. Which must be. That's must in here. Which must be made public. Which still must be made public this week. So it hasn't been made public yet. How do I translate that? Of course, informed. Yeah, notified. Yeah, so notified the Russian Minister of Foreign Affairs this Wednesday. Os aliados chineses partilharam conosco os seus pensamentos sobre as causas profundas da crise ucraniana, bem como as suas abordagens para uma solução política, disse o Ministério dos Negócios Estrangeiros da Rússia em comunicado após a viagem a Moscou do chefe da diplomacia chinesa Wang Yi. So I'll translate all of that. So the Chinese allies, is that, will share knowledge, or will share its thoughts, yeah, over the profound causes of the Ukrainian crisis. Is that as well as its? I don't know what that means. Something's for a political solution, says the Russian Minister of Foreign Affairs in a press conference? In communication? Yeah, I don't know. Apos, is that like after, apos, after traveling to Moscow? Oh wait, so after the Chinese Chief of Diplomacy's Wang Yi's trip to Moscow. Okay, lot to unpack here. So this is allies, isn't it? Yeah, the Chinese allies will share knowledge, or is that will just share? Oh yeah, shared with. Oh, conozco. It's no. So it's not like knowledge. It's with us then. Okay, that makes more sense. So the Chinese allies shared with us its thoughts, or their thoughts over the profound causes of the Ukrainian crisis. Bien como, is this as well as? Yeah, as well as its, don't know what this is, approaches. There we go. So abordagens, approaches for a political solution. Is that said or says? Don't know. Said, probably. Said the Russian Minister for Foreign Affairs. In comunicado. In communication, yeah, but like, is that in a statement? Okay. In a statement, após. Yeah, after. In a statement after the Chinese Chief of Diplomacy Wang Yi's trip to Moscow. A diplomacia russa adiantou que o plano chinês deve ser conhecido ainda esta semana. conocido ainda esta semana. So, Russian diplomacy adiantó, sort of like, is that something along the lines of what's the word? Proposes, not proposes, more forceful. Demands, something like that. That the Chinese plan must yet be known, I guess, by this week or this week. So adiantó, advance. Okay, so Russian diplomacy advanced that the Chinese plan must yet be. How would you translate that? I can't make this sound right. Must be known yet this week. No, I don't like the sound of that. Should be known. Oh, later this week. Okay, there we go. So must be known later this week. So this would be. Where was it? Yeah. So, China to Russia, its vision for a political solution to the conflict in Ukraine, which must be made public later this week. That makes much more sense. Okay. So, o Ministério dos Negócios Estrangeiros russo esclareceu ainda que não se trata de plano de paz separado. So, the Russian Minister of Foreign Affairs still clarified that it's not about a separate peace plan. So this is clarified, yeah? Yeah, explained ainda. Though? Is it like though? Let's see. Further clarified. There we go. Further clarified that it is not a separate peace plan. Could you say that? A separate peace plan? Maybe. País aliado da Rússia, a China nunca apoiou nem criticou publicamente a invasão da Ucrânia, embora tenha expressado repetidamente o seu apoio a Moscou face às sanções ocidentais. So, a country allied with Russia, China neither supported nor criticized, nor publicly criticized the invasion of Ukraine. Embora, I don't know what that means. So have repeatedly expressed its support to Moscow in the face of Western sanctions, or whatever. Embora, although, so China never supported, nor did it publicly criticize the invasion of Ukraine, although it had repeatedly expressed its support for Moscow when faced with Western sanctions. Okay. Contudo, ao mesmo tempo, Pequim sempre pediu respeito pela integridade territorial da Ucrânia, enquanto Moscou reivindica a anexação de 5 regiões ucranianas. So, contudo, what's this? However, at the same time, Beijing always demanded respect for Ukraine's territorial integrity, enquanto, while Moscow claimed, as Moscow was claiming the annexation, is that a word? Yeah, annexation of 5 Ukrainian regions. O governo ucraniano já reagiu a este anúncio de Moscou, dizendo que Pequim não consultou Kiev na preparação deste plano de paz para o conflito. A China não nos consultou, diz uma fonte do governo ucraniano. The Ukrainian government has already reacted to this announcement from Moscow, saying that Beijing didn't consult Kiev when preparing this peace plan for the conflict. China didn't consult us, said a source from the Ukrainian government. That was easy enough. Ok. Contudo, na terça-feira, o chefe da diplomacia ucraniana, Dmytro Kuleba, que se encontrou com o seu homólogo chinês na Alemanha, revelou em Bruxelas que este último o informou sobre os elementos-chave do plano de paz chinês. So, however, on Tuesday, the chief of Ukrainian diplomacy, Dmytro Kuleba, who met with his Chinese homologue, would you say that? Counterpart? Yeah. Equivalent in Germany, revealed in Brussels that this este último or informed about the key elements of the Chinese peace plan. So what's ultimo referring to? Like the Chinese chief of diplomacy? That the latter... I don't quite understand this. That the latter informed him... Oh, so informed him. So all is like him. So the latter informed him of the key elements of the Chinese peace plan. Okay. So... this person saying Chinese didn't inform them, didn't consult them. However, Dmytro Kuleba is saying that the Chinese chief of diplomacy informed him over the key elements of the Chinese peace plan. Aguardamos pelo documento para o estudar em pormenor para não tirarmos conclusões com base na apresentação oral, explicou Kuleba. Okay, I'm not sure about much of this. We are waiting for the document to study and to study in detail. Is that in detail? So we're waiting to study the document in detail. Waiting for the document to study it in detail, yeah. But we will not jump to conclusions based on an oral presentation, explained Kuleba. That could be explained differently. We're not jumping to conclusions. We will not jump to conclusions based on oral presentation. Okay. So we won't fly off the handle straight away. Esta quarta-feira, alto responsável... Oh, that didn't sound good. Responsável ucraniano avisou que nenhum plano de paz deve ultrapassar as linhas vermelhas definidas por Kiev, incluindo concessões territoriais à Rússia, que ocupa territórios no leste e sul do país. How do I pronounce this? Can I get the sound? Seemingly not on here. That's a shame. Oh well. This Wednesday, a high representative. What was that like? Yeah. A senior official. So a senior Ukrainian official advised that. Warned that no peace plan must step over the red lines defined by Kiev, including territorial concessions to Russia, who occupies territory in the east and south of the country. Is that right? East and south? Yeah. Para a Ucrânia, as linhas vermelhas são os princípios da Carta da ONU. I think that's how you say it, like the what is it again? The UN, yeah, of course. So I could just say Nações Unidas, the UN. So incluindo o respeito pela integridade territorial ucraniana, disse este funcionário. For Ukraine, the red lines are the principles of the UN's map. Is that? Oh, the principles of the UN Charter. Okay. The principles of the UN Charter, including respect for the territorial integrity of Ukraine, or for Ukrainian territorial integrity, said this minister, official? Yeah, this official. A ofensiva militar lançada a 24 de fevereiro de... Oh, how do I say that? Oh, I've got sound now.
2022.
2000...
2022.
2022. Ok, 2022. 2022. Pela Rússia na Ucrânia causou até agora a fuga de mais de 14... Is it 14 or 14? 14, I thought so. 14 milhões de pessoas. Oh, I need help with this one. How come I've got this all of a sudden? I didn't have it before, did I?
6,5.
Vírgula, like virgule in French. So 6,5 milhões de deslocados internos e mais de 8 milhões para países europeus, de acordo com os mais recentes dados da ONU. Oh, I can get this. No, I can't. Come on. Hang on. ONU. Why wasn't I clicking that before? Was that there before? I don't know. The ONU, que classifica esta crise de refugiados como a pior na Europa desde a Segunda Guerra Mundial. Oh, come on, let's tackle this. Can I?
1939 to 1945.
Behave yourself.
1939 a 1945.
Let's try that again.
1939
1939 1939
1939 a 1945.
So 1900 900 1939 a 1945. 45. So, a Segunda Guerra Mundial, 1939 a 1945. So, the military offensive launched on the 24th of February 2022 by Russia in Ukraine has caused, up to now, the fleeing of, like, caused 14 million people to flee. That is million, of course it is. Yeah. 6.5 million of internally displaced people. Yeah. 6.5 million internally displaced people and more than 8 million to European countries. In accordance with the most recent data, with the UN's most recent data, which classifies this refugee crisis as the worst in Europe since the Second World War. Neste momento, pelo menos 17,7 milhões de ucranianos precisam de ajuda humanitária e 9,3 milhões necessitam de ajuda alimentar e alojamento. So at this moment, at least 17.7 million Ukrainians need humanitarian help, and 9.3 million need like food and shelter related help. How would you translate that better than that? Food aid and accommodation, okay. A invasão russa, justificada pelo presidente russo Vladimir Putin como a necessidade de desnazificar e desmilitarizar a Ucrânia para a segurança da Rússia, foi condenada pela generalidade da comunidade internacional, que tem respondido com envio de armamento para a Ucrânia e imposição à Rússia de sanções políticas e econômicas. So the Russian invasion, justified by the Russian President Vladimir Putin as a necessity to denazify and demilitarize Ukraine for the safety of Russia, for Russia's security, was condemned by the entirety of the international community, who have responded with the shipping of arms to Ukraine and the imposition of political and economic sanctions on Russia. A ONU apresentou como confirmados desde o início da guerra. Come on then. Come on.
7,199.
Don't.
7.199.
7.199.
7.199.
7.199.
7.199. 7.199.
Senta. 7.199. 7.199. Is that right? Something like that? 7.199 civis mortos e 11.756
11.756.
756
11.756.
11.756 feridos, sublinhando que estes números estão muito aquém dos reais. So, the UN presented as confirmed. What's a better way of saying that? Oh. Presented as confirmed, since the beginning of the war, 7,199 dead civilians, is this? Yeah. And 11,756 injured. Highlighting that these numbers are much aquém dos reais, short of real. Oh, like these are well short of the real numbers. Are far below the real numbers. Okay, so yeah, these are all that they can confirm, but the reality is much more. Okay, I don't want to know how to pronounce this. Come on.
Territorial.
Territorial. Okay, so it's not territorial. And integridade?
Integridade.
Oh, integridade. So integridade territorial. Okay. So yeah, I've reached the end. As you could see, that was very, very rusty. But I made it. And hopefully next time I do one of these videos, it'll be a lot quicker. I'll be able to power through it. I'll make fewer mistakes and I'll be able to translate it quicker. But anyway, thanks so much for watching. I will be back at some point within the next week with some more Busu Premium videos, and hopefully starting A2 Portuguese fairly soon. But until then, bye for now.